What is your doubt or what you have learned about hydrology or sustainability of water resources?
Sir, can you explain about your research, sir?
Okay, your question is you want to do research in hydrology. Am I right? What is your question?
Can you explain about your research, sir?
My research. Okay. Okay, myself, Anand Gajapathi Raju. I am working in this department as assistant professor. I am basically studied hydrology, study of water, simple. Okay, and I'm working in exploration of groundwater resources using physics. So I think you are aware what is electricity, what is magnetic, now what is heat, all these basic physics you may studied all these things in your lower classes. Clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
these physics, basic physics, especially this electricity, I am applying this electricity into the subsurface and mapping the water holding structures. Say, for example, if you just take a sponge, you just take one empty sponge and one sponge with water filled sponge. So the groundwater is existed in the subsurface within the rocks like a sponge with water. So you can apply these physics, this electricity. I am sending current into the subsurface of the earth through different rocks, and how much current I am sending, that is also known thing, and how much, because of the current sending of this current, some potentials will develop in that area. So that potentials I will record through this um, voltmeter. Clear? I'm sending current, known current, how much current I am sending, and how much potentials are developed because of this energizing the current, that is recorded in the uh, voltmeter. Based on these differences in potentials, I am understanding the subsurface rock formations. Say, I think at this stage you might have know what is the rock. I think you are aware what is rock. So we are
Yes.
seeing that different types of rocks, some black color rocks, white color rocks. Exactly. So in scientifically we have three basic type rocks: igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary rocks. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So depending upon this origin, we have three different types of rocks. So I'm studying which rocks are suitable for storing of water in the subsurface. Say, for example, in Vijayawada, we have different types of rocks. In Anakapalli, we have different types of rocks. In Vizag, we have different types of rocks. All rocks are not same. And the availability of groundwater in these rocks are vary. This existence of water is vary in time and space. That means it is varying from place to place and conditions to conditions. Clear? So I am sending current in a particular, say for example, we have igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, and sediment rocks. I am sending, say for example, if I am doing surveying in Vizag, here we have a metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rock. Say for example, condylite is a metamorphic rock, and another example is charnockite. So we are seeing in the road metal, in the road we are observing black color rocks. Even in we are using this for the concrete, means the flooring of the building, we are observing black color rocks, very hard rocks. That is called charnockite. Okay, so I'm conducting survey in different rocks, different areas, and understanding what is the conditions, whether is there any chances of water holding structures in the subsurface or not, that I am mapping. So by sending this physics, by sending this current means this physics, what you have studied, the Ohm's law, I think you are well aware what is Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, same, am I right? You are sending current, and because of the sending current, potential current will flow through this different rock matrix and will measure the potential differences in the field. So the flow of current through rocks is influenced by different parameters. Say if you have the rocks with moisture content, the penetration of current is different. If the rock is dry, the penetration of current is different. If the rock consists of halos in the interior of the rock, again the flow of current is different. And if the rock is saturated with some chemicals like salt, again the flow of current is different. So n number of factors is affecting. That is also I am studying. So I am understanding the basic physics. I am sending current and understanding the subsurface behavior when we are injecting current in the subsurface, how the current is flowing through different rocks and what are the factors affecting this current. That is I am understanding. And you know very well, if we have any moisture content or water content or any mineral content, then obviously current will flow in faster rate. Okay, that's a good conductor. Water is a good conductor. Am I right?
Yes,
Right.
yes, sir.
If we have a moisture content in the rocks, the rate of flow of current is different. If the rock is dry, compact, again the flow of current is different. So that what I am to explaining here is there are n number of factors like moisture content of the rock, rock compactness, rock porosity means the grain size distribution, whether the rock particles are compacted or what highly weathered, that is also influenced, and age of the rock also influenced. Okay, so these I'm understanding these parameters, and this in the subsurface water is existed in the sponge-like structures, saturated sponge-like structures. It is called as aquifer. Aquifer, A-Q-I-F-E-R, aquifer. Aquifer is a one geological formation which contains this water in the subsurface of the earth. So these aquifers I'm identifying through this physics. That is the main job, and I'm trying to understand the chemistry. So in hydrochemistry, in the water chemistry, the natural water chemistry, the rainfall is the primary source. So rainfall is called as precipitation. So rainfall is one form of precipitation. So during the rainfall, what is happening? The rain is falling on the earth surface. Before reaching the earth surface, it is interacting with the atmospheric gases. Clear? If you take Visakhapatnam or Hyderabad or any metropolitan city, so we have huge factories, huge industries. So these industries or factories are exhausting this some waste material in the air. Have you observed these things?
Yes, sir.
In my Vizag, we have plenty of factories. These factories exhausting the dust particles into the air. So during the rain, what is happening? This rainwater is interacting with this dust particle and chemicals in the atmosphere. Again, it is reaching to the earth surface. So here there is a change in the chemistry because of these industrial activities. Also, there is a change in the chemistry, water chemistry. The quality will change. These industries, then the atmospheric pollutants affect the water chemistry. That is also I am understanding. And water, how to reduce these concentrations, that is also I am trying. Yeah. So after reaching their surface, again because of the two things, one is anthropogenic activity and second one is geogenic. So anthropogenic activity means because of the man-made contaminations, we are contaminating the natural system. Because of this disturbing the natural system also we are contaminating. Say for a best example, in every house we are generating 3 to 5 kgs of waste material per day. Agree?
Yes, sir.
So no thing. So where we are dumping these things? That is a question. So before dumping these waste material, household waste material, we have to observe, we have to check whether these waste material is leaching into the subsurface and leading to the contamination or not. That is also we have to think. Clear? So I am doing my research. I am identifying which areas are suitable for storing this waste material. It's a big business in the universe, in the world present day. So every day population is growing. Anthropogenic activities are also growing. Every day we are generating a lot of waste. And as a scientist or scientist, we have to address these problems where we can store these waste material without contaminating the subsurface soil and the subsurface water. Clear? That is the big question. I am doing my job in that area. So by applying this physics, I am understanding what is the rock and what is the different types of rocks, whether the rock is consist of suitable means consist of sufficient what hard nature means no, less porosity, less permeability areas. So maybe in future you may study all these things. So means which rocks are not allowing water or contaminating through this, and which rocks are allowing contaminating through these rocks, that I am understanding. So based on this physics and this knowledge of rocks, I am suggesting these areas are suitable for storing waste material or dumping of waste material or dumping of household material, dumping of industrial waste materials. So in industry, if you just take any pharmaceutical, so in a pharmaceutical, they are generating a lot of waste. If you consider any one pharmacy in Vizag, we have a Jawaharlal Technological Park is there. Clear. From there, a lot of waste material is generating. For that also, we have to give some solutions. Uh, how to make zero discharge means we have to completely discharge all these things before to safeguard the environment. And also we we are doing the consultancies like people are coming approaching us and asking where we have to dump this waste material and what are the suitable places for dumping this waste material. So by conducting these surveys, like physics, applying physics into the earth, and we are using some satellite data processing also by monitoring from the space, remote sensing and GIS. I think you are aware about what about remote sensing. Remote sensing are satellite. Have you heard of satellites? So from the satellite imageries also we can understand the change detection, like what type of soil it is there in the your study area. Is there any fractures in the study area, rock type, everything you can monitor, you can analyze from the satellite imageries. So satellite image is nothing but taking photograph from the space. Am I right? From this
Yes.
space we are taking photograph and analyzing what is in the area and how we can use these satellite imageries. From the satellite imageries also you can understand the topography. So topography means some areas we have a plains, some areas we have a valleys, some areas we have a mountains, some areas we have a rivers, some areas we have a oceans. So we have different topography, different elevations, hills, valleys, like. So this is also very important because slope is very important for movement of water. Am I right? So in scientifically there is a word called gradient. If if the slope is like this, the water will move from the higher elevation to the lower elevation. Clear? So this topography information we can acquire from the space, from the satellites. So we are identifying the suitable places and conducting these surveys, geophysical surveys. That means applying physics into the earth and identifying the suitable places for storing of this industrial waste. And more important is radioactive elements, storing of these radioactive elements. That is also a big challenge. So for that also our subject is very important, geosciences. Clear? So that's my I'm my research area is identification of groundwater locations. So best good locations for the groundwater exploration studies and the quality also. So far I am explained this anthropogenic activity. Clear. Next one is geogenic also is there. Geogenic means if we have a different type of rocks like igneous, metamorphic, sedimentary. In every rock we have different minerals. Because of the leaching of minerals also this water quality will change. That is also important thing. Clear. So I am doing this chemical examination also. I am taking water samples from the different areas and analyzing in my laboratory what is the pH. That means the H plus ion concentration in the water. It should be 6.5 to 8.5 as per the Bureau of Indian Standards and WHO, World Health Organization. Clear. Suppose if it is decreasing, if it is below 6.5, that indicates acidic nature in the water. Suppose if it is exceeding above 8.5, that is indicating the base nature in the water. So for our sustainable life, we required a certain limit of this pH value for drinking water. It should be in the 6.5 to 8.5. It should not exceed 8.5. It should not decrease the 6.5. Okay. So that is also I am monitoring by collecting water samples from the different places and measuring these pH values. Like pH, we have a electrical conductivity of the water. Say this is one water bottle. So I am measuring this pH for this water before drinking the water or supplying water. Say for example, this is the Aquafina water bottle. Before packing this water, the Aquafina company is checking the quality. What is the pH of this water? Whether it is in between 6.5 to 8.5 or not, and the electrical conductivity, whether it is having less than 500 ppm or not. TDS 500 less than 500 is not. Next, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, carbonate, bicarbonate, nitrate. Like we have a major elements, minor elements, trace elements. We have different elements in the periodic table. We have different elements like how many elements in periodic table we have? Huh? 208 or
113, sir.
113. Okay. So in the period table we have different. In left side we have alkaline earth metals, alkalis, alkalines. Next metals. Next have like metalloids, halogens, and different arrangement. Clear? So before supplying water, we have to check the quality and we have to supply for drinking. So this water is very important phenomena for the sustenance of life of all the living organisms. So not only human beings, all the living organisms depends on the water. Without water, there is no life in the universe. Clear? And we have to know what quality is suitable for human beings, what quality is suitable for aquatic life, and what quality of water is suitable for agricultural activities, and what quality of water is suitable for industrial activities. So water is required for our sustenance, and what is for sustenance of aquatic life, and what is required for industrial activity, agricultural activity. Clear? So in India, what is the population? In the world, highest population country, India. We are crossed the China.
Yes.
So now the largest population country in the world, India. So supply of means providing water, drinking water is a big challenge because we have a huge population. So most of the people are still still they are not getting proper water. Clear? So before supplying, especially um, if you want to establish a company like Aquafina, you have to check before supplying. So another thing is, before intaking water into, even in household also, we have to check at least yearly once. So because why I am mentioning yearly once, so in water subject point of view, before rain and after rain, simple logic question, simple I am explaining. Before rain season and after rain season, the quality will change. How? Have you heard the word dilution? Dilution, diluted something means deteriorated or quality deterioration. Simple logic. So when we are, suppose if you have a like a drink, for one glass of drink Coca-Cola, if you are applying one another glass of water, the quality will change. It is diluted. Simple. Before rain and after rain. After rain. So after rain, what will happen? Before rain, what will happen? So the water quality will change because of the influx input of this rainfall. Automatically, quality will change. So that we have to check the quality in two terms: before rain and after rain. Every year we have to collect water sample and analyze these water samples in the laboratory before rain and after rain. Scientifically, we are using two words like pre-monsoon and post-monsoon. So in India, we have October 15, sorry, June 15 to October 15 is the monsoon time. The June 15 to October 15 is a rainy time. So after that we have to collect a sample, and before we have to collect a sample, and you can understand the quality. So every year we are collecting water samples in two seasons, pre-monsoon and post-monsoon, and we are assessing the quality, and we are what generating the reports, means like advisories by, after analysis of this water quality, we are delivering these advisories. This water is suitable for drinking, this water is suitable for agriculture, this water is suitable for industrial activities. So, and when one more thing, why water is important is, India is agricultural dependent country. Clear?
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
for agricultural activities, so in Andhra we are we are taking rice. Most people, we are preferring rice. So for growing this paddy, we required lot of water, and sugarcane, that is also required huge water. Water means all waters are not suitable. Means all this paddy requires some limitation of quality. Like suppose if you take conductivity, say salinity based, we cannot use saline water for the agricultural activity. Suppose when we are applying the saline water into paddy field or pulses, what will happen? Extinct happens. The crop will extinct or damaged. Same thing, we are also unable to take the seawater because our body cannot sustain this salt water. Similarly, the agricultural crops, we have different crops. So groundnuts, sugarcane, paddy, pulses like that. So we have to provide certain quality of water for the sustenance of these agricultural crops and for better yielding of this agricultural productivity. Okay, so that water is very important. Before applying water to the agricultural field also, we have to check the water. What is the pH value? What is the TDS? How much salts are there in the water? Whether the salt is affecting the will affect the crop or not, that is also important. So quality checking also very important, not only for the sustenance of our life, sustenance of aquatic life, or sustenance of the agricultural activities and industries also. So industry is very important for this for the development of the nation. We require a lot of industries. If you consider any industry, it requires water. So in Vizag we have steel plant. So for steel plant, for generating the steel, we need a water. If you take any industry, any factory, you require a water. Clear? So for the safeguard of the machineries, you provide certain quality of water, otherwise the machinery will damage. So there also water is playing a key role. Clear? So this is the my area of research is understanding the rocks and identification of suitable sites, means groundwater potential zones, and understanding of chemistry. This is my research. Now tell me what is your doubts or questions?
Sir, how are the water levels changing over the period of time?
Water levels, groundwater levels. Good question. Groundwater levels. So for understanding the groundwater levels, same, you have to consider 2 seasons, at least 2 seasons, pre-monsoon and post-monsoon. Clear? And groundwater period means changing means, so you have to consider shorter time and longer time. Okay, shorter duration. Say for example, if you are experienced with earthquake in your region, there is a drastic change in the water levels. Am I right? Suppose in Vijayawada, suppose tomorrow you will have an earthquake. Just assume, because of the earthquake, what will happen? What will happen? The crust will, the earth will shake. It will, some portion of the earth may sink or some portion of the earth may float. It will like this. Okay. So because of this sudden accident, also water levels will fluctuate. That is the shorter observations. For longer observations means, for the, so nowadays we are using global warming and climate change words. Global warming, climate change, climate change. Everybody is using climate change, climate change. Am I right? So for that longer term understanding, you have to consider at least 15 to 20 years. You just take the water level data. That means just consider entire Vijayawada. You are in, I think you are in right now Vijayawada. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So if you just take entire Vijayawada, every 100 meters you take the observation wells. Every 100 meters, you just collect the water level of your entire Vijayawada. Say for example, 1000 observation wells. Now you have 1000 observation wells, and you take the 1000 water levels of the entire Vijayawada, covering entire Vijayawada. For like that, you have to collect every year, both the 2 seasons, like pre-monsoon, post-monsoon. So now you will get you will get the picture how the water level line is increasing or decreasing a particular position. So that means if you are extracting more water from the groundwater in particular area, obviously the groundwater levels will decline. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Suppose even though if you are using more groundwater, if you have some recharge structures, so now everybody using recharge structures, rainwater harvesting structures. So if you have good recharge system in your area, obviously you will get the good groundwater levels in your area, even though if you are extracting more water. Clear? So
Yes,
for
sir.
this for understanding the groundwater levels is very important thing. And for the sustainable development of the any area, this water level data is important. So in scientific investigations, first we have to observe the thing and you have to take the reading, and then you have to take the readings in different seasons and different times, and you have to understand the data, and you can conclude the data. This is the sequence in scientific understanding. Clear? So next question. Another thing in water level fluctuation, shorter term, that is earthquake or any land subsidence, landslides, because of the landslides or because of any man-made activities also, because of um, like extraction of more water. Like if you have a 10-state building in your area, suppose they are pumping water continuously, obviously in adjacent areas there is a chance of lowering of the groundwater levels. Okay, so groundwater levels, the water level fluctuation is also depends upon the rock type. Clear? Rock type, and the top of the layer is also very important. Top of the layer of the earth surface. During the rainy season, whether the top soil is allowing water to infiltrate into that area, that is the major question. Suppose if you have a clay, have you heard clay? Clay.
Yes, sir.
So clay is one type of geological material. Okay, so this clay is very important aspect. So clay will receive the water but cannot transmit through this clay. Cannot transmit water through this clay. Okay, so we have sandy clay. Just if in your area the topsoil is mixed with clay and sand, that is allowing water infiltration. Suppose if your area is having only clay, that is not allowing water into the means percolation of water through this material. That is also a big question. So we have different types of soils: red soil, black cotton, sandy soil, silty soil, silty clay, different type of soils. So these soils are also playing a vital role. This whatever the rain water we are receiving through this rainfall, it has to infiltrate into the subsurface. So for infiltrating this rainwater into the subsurface, this soil is very important thing. Clear? It should allow the rainwater into the subsurface. Again, not only soil, the topography. If it is a flat area, the water will move very slowly. If it is a gentle slope, water will flow very quickly. And moreover, if your topsoil, top surface of the earth consists of considerable vegetation cover, it is allowing water vertical into vertical movement in the subsurface. Suppose if it is a barren land, the water will flow immediately like this. So that is also important. Satisfied? Your answer is okay.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next question. And one more thing I want to add. What is your name?
Parvati.
Parvati. Okay. So, in India, the state India, we have two levels of bodies, like in state government and central government. Clear? In state government, we have Andhra Pradesh State Groundwater and Audit Department. So Vijayawada is the headquarter. Okay. So in every district we have a office and employees in state groundwater and audit department. They are established these observation stations in every mandal level. So that is connected to the satellite. So they need not go every day to collect the water level data. So from the head office also they can collect the data. They are continuously monitoring the groundwater levels of the entire Andhra Pradesh, and they are assessing what could be the net volume of water at present, and this volume of water is sufficient for the people, present people, for drinking, for agricultural activities, for industrial activities. Otherwise, suppose if it is a alarming situation, what we have to do, that is also they are doing. So every year they are calculating the budget. Budget means groundwater budget through this observation of the groundwater levels. Clear? Right? Okay. Next.
Sir, last question. Can you suggest any special recommendation for large users of water, such as wealthy farmers, car washers, swimming pool owners, for its sustainability and progressive quality?
Can you repeat the question?
Sir, can you suggest anything for large users of water like car washers, etc.?
Okay. Okay. Actually, everybody is equal priority. So for sustenance of your life, you are using water at particular level. So for recreation point of view, the swimming pools or water worlds, that is also equally important for the income generation in India. So if because of this recreation clubs like water world, they are also providing employment for some people. Clear?
Yes,
That is
sir.
also important. Industrial point of view, industrial activity point of view. They because of this recreation, some people are earning money. So, but there are also for large users, like you said, car washers. So actually, they have to they have to recycle this water, especially car washers or and other household water. Also, you can go for the recycling. That is the big advantage. So the car wash water, you can recycle this water and you can use for the gardening. So you have to suggest to the government, young generation, you have to give some suggestion to how to recycle this car wash water. After car wash the water, you obviously the quality will change, and how to recycle this water, and for the recycling of water, what we have to do. So during the car wash, they are using some chemicals, some foam to clean the car, and they are cleaning the car. So you collect this water and analyze what is the quality, what are the chemicals that are added in this water, and how to deactivate or remove these chemicals through some technology, and recycle this water, and this you can use this water for the gardening. That is also good idea. Similarly, for recreation, so large uses, that is also good. That is essential for the sustainable development. Sustainable development means, what is the meaning? Sustenance means, what is the difference between sustenance and sustainable development? So sustainable development is a long-term process. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So because of this recreation and water world and water sports, we are enjoying, but the people are depending on the recreation clubs for their sustenance of their lives, sustainability of their lives. Okay. So you have to think recycling of water, in especially you just take West Godavari and Rajasthan, two different climatic conditions. In Godavari area, we have a delta area. Godavari is known for the delta area. Your Krishna delta, Godavari area. So Godavari area, this area is good potential water zone. So because of this good water resources area, we are having 4 crops in a year. Am I right? So what about Rajasthan? Rajasthan is very poor. We, everywhere we have a sand, desert area, no water resources. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in Rajasthan and like Rajasthan like areas, they are using these practices. They're adopting these practices, recycling of household water, even in household bathing. After bathing also they are using this. They are purifying this water again, and they are using for the agricultural activities. So recycling technology is important. So nowadays that is a uh, not a major question, but how effectively we are recycling water with minimum cost, that is the challenging.